the people of metal themselves or the people that enjoy metal music itself. Because without all of us being part of metal, where there is no voice of metal, right? So that, and that's why I've already told some people I know that say, "Well, you're the voice of metal." It's like, no, no, no. It's not about me. It's about everybody. I just want to make sure that's clear, because people kind of confuse that, and I don't want people thinking that. But anyway, hopefully you guys are doing very well. I've got some rather interesting topic tonight. But before I begin, it seems to me that possibly, and I'm not 100% certain of this, that somebody might be getting very close to releasing their album, The Violent Hour, because she posted a thing about the violent, it's time to get violent. So, more than likely, it's coming really soon. We'll see. So, keep an eye out for that. I figured I would share that with all you because this is her first album. Um, Going kind of solo from her original band that she was in, Butcher Babies. So we'll see what happens and go from there. And hopefully, it'll be just as phenomenal as some of their songs were on there too. Um, which is kind of one of those things. I mean, I'm kind of curious as to what kind of unusual or interesting songs that she might have and what's her inspiration for some of the songs. Which actually I tried to ask before, um, when I was doing a live meet and greet with the band, a few years back and stuff, and I didn't get a whole lot of answers because, well, let's put it this way: there were certain individuals that seemed to want to have creative, well, I say control over the situation, I guess. So I didn't get quite as many answers as I wanted, because I was just curious about it. Because there is one song that I know that reminds me of somebody very much, and I think that was theirs, but I could be wrong. Um, but I was told that it was everybody in the band's like, I don't know about that, but anyway, um, and it's one of my favorite songs too, by the way. Besides "They're Coming to Take Me Away," because to me, when I was a kid growing up, that was one of my favorite songs growing up, the original, that is. And then when I heard them sing it, I thought, oh my gosh. And then later on, I found out somebody suggested that for a cover song. And I thought, interesting. So she likes the same song that I did when I was growing up. It's kind of cool. And quite a few other things as well. Oh wow, we got 8 people on here tonight. It's awesome. It's only like 11 o'clock. Well, it is late. It's late, but hey, a lot of people like getting up late and watching stuff online, right? So this is gonna be interesting. This is a topic that I wasn't. There was like different topics, and I thought this is sounded like a really interesting one because I was trying to think of some ideas to have on a list for music. It's unusual or um, un, not the normal type stuff that you get in metal music. And I thought, why not do a an actual list of those songs? And this is one that's rather interesting. I heard about this guy not when I was younger, but quite a bit later, like within the last probably 4 or 5 years. Me, a person called Buckethead, number 20, and this is he wears a KFC bucket over his head. I think that's what it was. The song is named Jordan. The inspiration is robots and video games, which is all one of the rages of most metal people, right? And even if you're not into metal, you still like video games, right? And robots probably, especially me because I used to like Transformers when I grew up, and also like robots from Star Wars, of course. Gotta love R2D2 and C3PO. Who doesn't do like that, right? And then there's the Mandalorian, which is not really a robot, but the outfit's pretty cool. Kind of reminds you of a robot. Buckethead is a guitarist who wears a KFC bucket on his head and channels his obsession with robots and virtual reality into shredding instrumental metal. Hello, how's it going, Eli? And Frylock, you have a comment? What's your comment? Bad for me, man, because no one comment, but I have a comment. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, if you are, you are, right? It's not that big a deal. People like to be that way. Hey, that's all more power to them. That's what I always say. Yeah, hello. How's it going, Frozen Monk and Has? How's it going? Yeah, I know you're not. You just said that, so I'm good. I know. Anyway, number 19 is Machinima. Anima, I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. Its inspiration was a sci-fi epics. Machinima creates a conceptual album set in this dysphoria, war ravaged future, blending cinematic and orchestration with industrial death metal, which actually I really like a lot of death metal. It's really cool. I mean, the bands I've heard. I mean, I used to be kind of a new metal person, but then there are some other ones that are kind of mixed in there. But yeah, they got some interesting stuff. Now this is one I when I heard it the first time, and I do know about the band. I don't listen to their music that much, but it has a really unique name. Is Necro Goblin. No one survives. Inspiration by goblins, a melodic blah blah death metal band entirely themed around goblins and complete with wild fantasy storytelling, which is really cool. It kind of reminds you of Gore a little bit. And the guy dresses up as a goblin, and he sounds quite a bit like a goblin when he's singing. So that's probably where he got the idea from, maybe. And he probably likes goblins. Who knows? He's a sci-fi or a, what do they call that? The fans that fantasy and stuff like that. Number 17 is Forest of Stars. The pray to tell. Wait a second. Pray tell of the church fate. That's what it's called. Victorian area inspiration is was from a progressive black metal track that sounds like the that was written in 1900s. Interesting. Scene featuring an eerie storytelling and unique sounding instruments, which I'm always up for interesting instruments. I think sometimes that just the normal stuff doesn't always cut it for me. I mean, because if it's something that kind of like I said, stands out and it kind of grabs my attention on the actual music itself, makes me stand up and pay attention. And usually those are the things that kind of like push the boundaries. Because there's like even Pantera was like that, Sepultura, um, and I think Bloody Wood's got that now. I think they're really good pushing the boundaries of metal, getting some Indian slash that, and even the Who, the H. Now it's not the WHO, it's HU, the Mongolian metal band. So you know. Number 17 is Forest of Stars. Pray tell. Oh wait, did I already do that one? Okay, sorry, wrong one. Number 16 is I have no. I'm not sure if I should say this one. Starts with the Anaal. Necrothin, I think is how you say it. Do not speak. In apocalyptic literature is what's inspired by. Inspired by oh, erotica's in end of the world text. With this track blends industrial metal black with chilling operatic vocals, which who knows, right? It's hard saying. Um, oh, here we go. Here's one I think most of us know. And the song is kind of unique and stuff, but I definitely like the song. Number 15 is Baby Metal. Give Me Chocolate. This is K-pop. It's J-pop, sorry, not K-pop. It's Japanese. Metal fusion. Japanese idols pop mix with the fast thrash riffs and breakdowns, providing an ultra cute vocals exist in that can exist in metal. Sorry, God, I can't speak tonight. Which is really bad. It kind of reminds me of that. Now this one is interesting. I can't say the one word, but I'll spell it out for you. Well, kind of. I'm not sure if I get trouble for that or not. Number 14 is Mr. Bugle. My blank is on fire. My A is on fire. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. With an S and two double S's in there. Absurd humor and circus music. Oh, interesting. This song throws together funk, jazz, which is kind of interesting. I kind of like funk stuff. Kind of reminds me of Infectious Grooves. Jazz with some of the old time jazz is always cool, and death metal with carnival sounds, while Mike Patterson shrieks and nonsensical, not sensual, but consensual phrases. Sorry, that was mouthful. But yeah, it's really cool. Sounds really cool. Number 13 is, now this one I have no clue how to pronounce it. And even the song, so I might have to skip this one. It's Oranassi, Orzano Pazazu, Pazuzu, and is Vosman Condon something or other. I don't know. Haruchika? God, I suck at pronouncing some of these really hard names. Here, I thought this was going to be easy. What the heck? What was I thinking? Anyway, I thought I have normal, words you can pronounce fairly easily. A psychedelic experience with cosmic and horror. A Finnish metal band that incorporates hallucinatory synth textures to make their music feel like an alien abduction. That is definitely maybe that's the reason why it's pronounced so well. And looks like it's maybe German. I'm assuming, but I'm not sure. Number 12 is the horse band, Cutsman. And we all know who the Cutsman is, I would think. Maybe. It's not the Woodsman, it's the Cutsman. From the video game Megadeth. Mega Man, which kind of reminds you of Megadeth. Except it's man, not death. But anyway, the Metal Lord is dedicated to Cutsman, a boss from Mega Man, featuring Nintendo-inspired synths and chaotic breakdowns. That's interesting. Now my fingers are getting numb. I don't know why. It's probably because I'm holding my phone weird. Number 11 is Portal from Curtain, which kind of Portal reminds you of the video game, which kind of plays with everything else we've been talking about. The Lovecraftian horror, that's the inspiration, okay. Portal's music is intentionally structured to sound like it's collapsing in on itself, mimicking the feeling of losing sanity in a cosmic horror story. That's definitely different. That's kind of deep. Collapsing in on itself. Now, I'm definitely curious. I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely curious about this song. I mean, it'd be kind of interesting to find out what does that sound like, because I've never heard of that. But anyway, Genghis Tron, I think is how you say that. Genghis Tron. Board up, board up the house is the name of the song. It's an 8-bit chirp tune and grindcore. Okay, now this is definitely pushing the boundaries, I think, of metal. Grindcore is, really, I don't think it's really heavy, but I don't know. But an 8-bit chirp tone with it, it's interesting. This band fuses video game like electronic beats with aggressive mathcore riffs, creating a futuristic nightmare soundscape. So, if you've never heard that one before, check them out. Actually, that seems kind of interesting too, like some of the other ones. Unexpected feasting fools is the name of the song, inspired by circus music. Oh, we got another circus one. Advent Gardening Insanity, I guess that's what it is. But anyway, I think carnival music mixed with extreme metal, violin solos. I like violins. Uh, and unhinged vocals and sounds like horror funhouse, and cellos. I think if there was a band that had some really good cello and like guitar, bass, and guitar, like kind of like Apocalyptica, only more in a singer, that would be awesome. I love cellos, and even violins with the metal music. It's like phenomenal. I think. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that way? Because I've heard Apocalyptico. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. That must be somebody I know that's giving me the love, but I could be wrong. Somebody that watches me quite a bit and is my number one fan. I love her for that. I appreciate that. Just so you know, she knows who she is. I don't even have to mention her name. Anyway, um, I got what's this? Zeal and Endor. Devil is fine. The devil is fine. Devil is fine. It's inspired by black spiritual and blues. Blues? That's interesting. Uh, what if enslaved people turned to Satan instead of Christianity? That's the premise of Zeal and Undor. Oh, Undor. Oh, is that Zeal and Undor? Did I say it? I didn't say the band name. Sorry. Blending black metal with old, oh wow, Southern spirituals. That is something really different. Black metal and kind of a Southern spiritual music. I mean, I've heard of Christian like country music, Southern Baptist, like type sounds. So I'm kind of wondering if it sounds something like that, but with a mixture of black metal. That right there is something that probably would get my attention. Not knowing what it sounds like, but it definitely would. Kind of reminds me of Black Rifle from King 810. He's got he has a different sound altogether. It's kind of like he does rap from Yavid is his other thing project he does. And then he's got King 810, which is a rap slash metalish rock. It's hard to describe. I don't know what kind of genre it is. It might be a new metal style. But the Black Rifle is a lot different than some of the other ones because it has a lady that sings like Southern gospel, like she's a Southern black gospel singer. Um, and it sounds wonderful. And you can tell she's just got a big woman with a big voice. I'm not sure she's big, just like size wise, but her voice sounds like she's like this big woman that that is really deep, like kind of like not Mariah Carey, but I can't think of her name. The one that used to sing, um, I can't remember. But anyway, very deep. Oh, yeah, some very hardcore, you know, Southern gospel. Hello, how are you, Kurt? How are you doing? Welcome back. Since you're back, I might not remember his name, so I apologize. So when you say hello again, I'll know that you're back. It's kind of interesting. Okay, now number 7 is Akerkaki. Akerkaki with Leviathan is the name of the thing, and it's a synth erotica. Who doesn't like erotica, right? Mixing blackened death metal with clean, sensual spoken passages. Oh, interesting. This track explores Satanism through the lens of temptation rather than just aggression. That's good. Glad to hear that, Kirk. It's awesome. I'm glad you're back. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, I know. You should have heard some of the other ones on the list. It's pretty cool to have to, watch the video over because there's some that I thought this is interesting. This is like a list I've never done before, and I'm definitely curious. I'm gonna have to sometimes I don't always have time to look through this stuff, but I really need to do that with some of these because these are kind of interesting sounding. Let's see here. Sleep is the group. Dope Smoker. It kind of reminds me of Bong Ripper. Bong Ripper is kind of interesting. It's all instrumental. They had a song that's an hour and 19 minutes long. It sounds different in parts of it because they kind of sectioned off a little bit, but it's still part of the same song because you can kind of hear a progression. An hour and 19 minutes a long song. I listened to the whole thing. Usually, of the 20-minute songs they do or he does. I'm not sure who does it. I don't even know who's really. I think it's just one instrument, but they had drums in it. This one had a little bit of vocals, but you could just barely understand it because they synthesized it a little bit, and there's kind of. It's almost like they're telling a story. It's kind of cool. But anyway, which I thought was uniquely. I forgot the name of the song that was an hour. I'm sure you can look it up. You see, just called Bong Ripper, and then just look for the really long song that's an hour and 19 minutes long, and you'll find it. I can't remember the name of it, but it's kind of interesting title too. Um, so Dope Smoker reminds that a spiritual journey through weed. So there's quite a few bands that do that in the metal thing. A single 64-minute doom metal song about a caravan of weed priests traveling through the desert to enlightenment. So they got a weed enlightenment video song, which is kind of definitely different. The only time I usually do that is when I'm around people at concerts. Usually, I don't usually smoke it myself, so but it's rather interesting. But you definitely get the feeling of it a little bit, so maybe I can be enlightened at the concerts, right? I can stand by somebody that does. And there was even some at the Stones concert. The people right behind us were smoking weed. I thought, oh my gosh, even a Stones concert that they're doing, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, because come on, it's like Deep Purple and all those guys. I'm sure they're all doing that kind of stuff there. Just like Saturday Night Live. I saw the movie Saturday night. Yeah, and that's what they were doing pretty much. And the one guy was so high it wasn't even funny. But anyway, and they said this is the good. You know what? I forgot what it was called, but it's something a little bit different than just regular weed, I guess. Number five is Sunny O. It took the night to believe is the name of the song, and it's an inspiration about minimalism and sound waves. Oh, so this may be like it's a kind of a theta beta type thing, maybe sound. It's a doom drone piece built on layers of feedback. Oh, here you go, and sub bass frequencies. He's designed to make you feel the sound as much as hear it, so you feel the sound. Now, this would be good for deaf people because my ex-wife's deaf, right? And my son knows sign language, and he'd always say his mom always played up real loud because they could feel the vibration. So I can see where this actually would be probably something that she would listen to the song or the melody, the feeling of the rhythm, because you go boom 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 boom, even though you don't hear the actual music. Number four is Mascara, Mac Scarab, I think is how you say it. Macabre. It almost looks like Abra. Macabre, maybe that's it. Macabre. Ed something or other. It's about a serial killer. It's Gein. Kind of reminds me of the Swedish metal industrial band called Skinned. Real life thriller, yeah, based on that. The true crime inspired track about the infamous grave robber. Oh, okay. Murder Eden. I forgot how you don't know how to pronounce his name. Gendon, I think is how you say it. Featuring unsettling and most childlike nursery rhyme storytelling. Interesting. That's different, right? That's wild. Oh, this is one I definitely would love to hear. And the reason, because the band is called the Dillinger Escape Plan. And if you guys don't know this, but a Dillinger's Escape Plan, and I'm pretty sure that's what it's based off of, is that there's this guy that they said was well dressed, but later on they found out from eyewitness accounts that he wasn't quite as well dressed. But he had a suitcase with a bomb or something in it, and he actually asked for a certain amount of money, and they landed the plane. They basically he got the money, and they took off, and then he was gonna go told him to go someplace else, right? And all of a sudden when they were flying over an area of, like, I think it's in Washington or something, over some mountains and some trees, he jumped out of the plane, and they're still looking for some of the money. There was a little bit that washed up in a certain area, I think is what they were saying, but I'm not sure. And it kind of coincides with it because of the serial numbers or something with the bills. Who knows? So so sorry, I didn't mean to go off on that, but it's kind of an interesting story. So that's probably where they got. Of course, they got the word they got the name from. The song is called Milk Lizard, jazz lounge music, and absolute chaos. Interesting. It's a mathcore track full of unpredictable time signatures, but it makes it weird in the inclusion of smooth brass section straight out of a smoky jazz club. Not too bad. And this, I guess, is a metal band. I don't know. It didn't sound like it might be metal, but you never know. Igor, Chevelle, uh, Brocade Music, and Chickens. Okay, interesting. Igor fuses black metal with 18th century hyperus chord compositions with and even includes chicken sounds in his chaotic experimental madness. That's definitely different, right? kind of crazy. Anyway, I'm a little bit over, ain't I? But I had a lot to say on this one because there's so much interesting stuff. Now, this one, I'm hoping that most, if not everybody, knows who this band is. Is Cattle Decapitation, number one. Pacific Grim is the name of the song. It's about ocean pollution and environmental destruction. I never even thought about that. Maybe cattle decapitation is about saving the environment, this, that, and the other. It sounds gruesome on the title of the name of the band, but if it's they're talking about the Pacific Ocean and pollution in the water, they're more environmentalist a little bit. This death grind track is a nightmare's vision of the sea turning against humanity due to pollution. The lyrics depict a world where marine life seeks revenge, a brutal take on climate collapse. That is a really interesting title. I mean, description of the song or the lyrics, I should say. So, what do you guys think of the list? Interesting or not? I think there's quite a few interesting songs, a little bit different. Actually, if I can find some more songs like this, I would love to cover them because it's kind of interesting where they get the inspirations for the songs. And that's part of the reason why I definitely want this so much. I want to have somebody from a band that wrote the songs that we all love and enjoy and kind of explain some of the inspiration that got them to that point. Why did you make this song? What was the inspiration for that song? It's so cool, because to me, that's what it's all about. It's about the words along with the music. And without the words, you don't have much of a story. But there are some instrumentals that are really good. But I think even like the Bong Ripper songs, when it says nothing in the title of the song, that's one of the songs that this group has done. I'm not sure it was just one person or what, which I think it is because it's just one guitarist that it sounds like. But the one song actually has drums and some other stuff in it, so they might have had somebody else do that, or maybe they record part of it and then they layered the drums in with it. I don't know, but it's always interesting what kind of perspective, and even the instrumental has a character. It's just like opera and things like that. So, yeah, it's one of those things you never know. So, it's hard to say. But now, just so you all know, speaking of odd and unusual songs, the title Violent Hour is coming out, I think, pretty soon, from what I can tell. No release date that I know of, but who knows? So, if you can, check it out, play her music, and become a fan of the band. It'd be awesome. I mean, you might. I'm assuming that based on some of the things that she likes, I guarantee that most, if not everybody, will like her music. Guaranteed. Not kind. I can't kind of guarantee. I am certain of it because she's just got good taste in music, and I've heard some of the stuff that she likes and what she enjoys. I'm pretty sure she'll be spot on with most people out there, guaranteed. So, without further ado, I am going to end the night with a headbang, like, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed before, please do so. With the more support we have, the hopefully we'll get actual metal artists in here because I would love to talk to someone about themselves and maybe the inspiration about their music and what got them into their instrument slash or singing in the first place. Because, like I said, it's kind of interesting to learn this stuff because not everybody covers that. I mean, it's always good to know about the songs and every other place. Songs are, that's good. I love the music itself, but it's kind of interesting to find out a little more about the kind of the backside to it a little bit besides just the music itself. But we can still talk about the music too, because it's whatever things take us, because you never know what'll happen, especially with artists. Artists are always like that. They're the type of people that usually they go from one extreme to another extreme to another extreme, and definitely doesn't relate to anything else, but there's an interconnection in there somewhere that leads them from point A to point B to point C to Z to A to Y. Who knows? So thanks again. Thanks for watching. Take care, you guys, and stay out of trouble. And hopefully you guys have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night if everything goes well and I'm not tired, whatever, which I do get tired and sometimes don't feel the best in the world. So, and I apologize for that. So, you guys take care out there. Have a good night. And don't forget, where we talk about all things metal. Bye.